So this is the story of Bluestone, who once asked me if I could make a spreadsheet that handles the heavily chipped category in version 1.0466. And I'm doing it. So I made this spreadsheet that can compare the old route and the new route, give you all the data, and give you the exact time that the run's gonna end, given the CPS of the user. So it was a bit too long to optimize manually. So I decided to learn Python, and I write a whole new program that can give you the best route. I can show you the code. The program doesn't give you the mathematical best because there's too many things to keep in consideration, but it's pretty close. So given that I'm gonna run the fast click category, which uses the mouse wheel as the left click button, my mouse CPS is gonna be around 100. And I don't plan to sell cursors and stuff because that's pointless. And this is gonna be the route that is best. So I take the route out of this and I made my manual adjustments on the spreadsheet that I created. And with an expected time of 2 hours and 23 minutes, I made my splits and I started running the game. And yes, the run will end. Enjoy, have fun.
We'll use some thin oil and go right into our permanent red. Turn that brush once again. Bring it to a nice sharp point and see how thin the paint is. It's almost like a liquid. It's almost like a liquid. Okay, let's go right up here and let's sign this one right here and we'll call it finished. And I really hope you've enjoyed this one. This is a beautiful painting. Do nice things to your heart, bring some joy into your life. So from all of us here, we'd like to wish you happy painting. God bless. We'll see you next week. Hi, glad you could join me this week. Today I thought we'd do a fantastic little painting that will make you happy in here. So let's start out and have them graphically run all the colors across the screen, and they'll come across in the same order that I have them on my palette. While they're doing that, let's go up here and talk a little. I started with a black canvas today, and it's covered with a flat black acrylic paint and allowed to dry. Onto that, I have added, I just sort of went all around here and I put a little bit of alizarin crimson here and there.
Fantastico,
Blue in
perfetto.
spots, a little Prussian blue. Just sort of mix them up and let them happen. What the heck? Now, we'll go right into some magic white. And we'll go right up here and just start making little crisscross strokes. And look at all the beautiful colors that begin happening.
Let's go.
These guys are really not
We
planned.
can start this off.
We just sort of let them happen. All kinds of beautiful little things will happen. And the more magic white you add, the lighter the sky will get, of course. And you can make the sky, well, you can make it to where it looks like it's noon if you want to, or you can make it dark. This is your world, so you have to make these decisions. What time is it? There you go. It's just a fantastic way to make it
Fantastico, perfetto.
the sky. And not much of the sky is going to show.
Fantastico, perfetto.
A lot of sky today. Just want some pretty little colors happening back there. Alrighty. Now then, we'll wash the brush. And we'll wash it in this odorless paint thinner. Use this green down the bottom and scrub the brush against. Shake off the
Fantastico.
excess.
Perfetto.
And you cover the whole camera crew. Okay, let's have some fun.
Fantastico.
I'm going to
Perfetto.
go right into you just mix these colors on the brush. I'm going to take a little alizarin crimson, a little sap green, Van Dyke brown. Just mix them on the brush. I'm going to go into a little burr number 2. What the heck? All we're looking for is a nice dark color. Okay, let's go up to the canvas.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
Back here. And all I'm going to do is just touch the canvas. Just touch it. I don't want to put all the background color. I want some of that to show through.
Fantastico.
Some happy, basic little tree shapes. Where do you think there ought to be a tree? That's where there ought to be a tree. Where you want. Drop them in. Drop them in. Where you want. There we go. There's one who lives right there.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
Wherever nature deposits the seed and grows, that's where he lives. And that's what they're doing. And let some of them be very white. Literally just disappear. Just absolutely disappear. Just using the corner of the brush, just gently tapping, slicing the canvas and giving it a little pull. And I'm always pulling toward the trunk. You know there's a trunk in the center of this tree. So I pull the limbs toward that trunk.
Fantastico.
That's
Perfetto.
the look up. Now if you want one that's very light, just an indication. Back in here, maybe.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
Now then, without cleaning the brush, I'm going to go right into a little bit of the yellows. This is cadmium yellow.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
And just pull it right through
Fantastico. Perfetto.
like that. Okay. Now we can put some highlights on these. And all we're going to do is just touch. Now if you have problems making the paint stick, add a little magic light or a little paint thinner. Either one. And it'll make it stick much easier. And I'm going to put a little paint thinner. And then we can go back in here. See how easy it comes off? Then paint will stick to thick. There we go. Okay. The yellow ochre.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
Yes, that's for the light that's bright. These little paintings can make you happy.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
And the painting teaches you nothing else. It'll teach you.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
Fantastic things. Sometimes we spend our whole life looking at things
Fantastico.
we never see
Perfetto.
it. And painting teaches you to see. Really teaches you to see. I've heard people call and write all the time and say, you know, Bobby, you're right. For the first time I saw a tree that's lived in that front yard for 100 years. I never paid any attention to it. It had a little permanent look to it. So you might as well get crazy.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
You can make these things however you want to do it. Little sap green thrown in.
Fantastico. Perfetto. Fantastico. Perfetto.
Some in over there.
Fantastico.
Next to left out. Just like that. Very, very good. Maybe there's another one that lives right here. And I'm going to leave this one right here.
Fantastico.
Without putting any
Perfetto.
highlight. So it'll look like it's really far away, and you can put several of those in your painting. And it really help, once again, create the illusion of distance. Distance is created by making numerous planes of the painting, and planes of just different levels. here's a plane, here's a plane.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
It creates more depth in your painting. It makes it much more interesting. And that's what brings the happy buck home. So let's have some nice soft little grassy areas back in here. And all I'm going to do is take this large brush and begin tapping.
Fantastico.
Color on the bottom of
Perfetto.
this canvas just like there was on the top. I'm just pushing very easy so it doesn't mix. Later on, maybe we'll put a little water down in the bottom of this. Then we want it to mix. Right now we're not even using the color, it's underneath. But we will. Still making some little hills. Tell you what,
Fantastico. Perfetto.
put some paint thinner on it and go right into my dark color. This is brown and green, crimson, sap green, all those colors I was using. And let's just put an indication here and there. A happy little tree trunk, just here and there. Now remember, you're not going to see all of the trunk because there's leaves on this side of the trunk. So just here and there. Maybe there's one that goes right here. Very good. These also help create different planes in your painting and give it more depth. That's another thing when you paint. Painting brings you new things. I have met as a study painting thousands of people that are so dear to me. So special. If I had never started painting, I probably would have never had the opportunity to meet so many fantastic people. Like you. And when you start painting, you'll find that it changes your whole outlook on life. It changes your attitude.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
You son of a fucking golden fluke, dude.
Sometimes I get fanatical. I even have a little pond behind where I live and I feed the fish.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
I'm going crazy. I sit there and talk to the fish. And they're on the verge of answering. That's what scares me. Yeah, I feed them bread every day and they come up there and they wait on me.
Fantastico.
It does
Perfetto.
nice things when you begin to understand nature and
Fantastico.
you fall in love with it.
Perfetto.
It makes you appreciate the fact that you've been allowed to be part of it and to explore it. And hopefully it'll be there for your grandchildren and my grandchildren, and they too can see some of the fantastic things if we just take care of it. You have to take care of it. I'm just going back and forth here between permanent red, yellow ochre, Indian yellow, little cad yellow, whatever happens. And throwing in a little sap green every once in a while. There we go. That's pretty. Creates a lot of distance in the paint. Let's go to the other side here. Let's make a happy little hill right over here. But when you're doing these black canvas, don't always think that has to end up
Fantastico.
being very dark.
Perfetto.
You can make canvases that, when they're finished, you think it was noontime maybe. They do not have to end up being very dark paintings. They can be light and shining bright. Experiment with it. Have fun.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
Learn to mix color on the brush. Don't worry about mixing it on the palette. Mix it on the brush. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to get in a little bit of same thing on the liner brush and back into some of this brown color. And let's put a little tree or two that lives. But I see one. There's right there. There he is. Give him a little arm. Trees need arms too. Make his little trunk a little stronger. He's got to stay there when the wind's blowing hard. That means he needs to be strong. We don't want the weak old trees in our paintings. Maybe he's got a friend that lives right over here.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
And we're beginning to make some thick, deep woods here, maybe. Oh, yeah.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
When trees grow however makes them happy. And sometimes, you know, when trees are little babies, maybe the big bear comes through here, the moose, or the
Fantastico. Perfetto.
maybe a deer, and he steps on that tree and hurts him. That little tree doesn't give up, but maybe he grows up, he's got all kinds of, all kinds of little crooks and bends and hurts him. And that's what makes him interesting. Don't make all your trees just perfectly straight up and down. Let them bend and play. Have fun. I'm going to go right into let's try a little cad yellow here. Okay. A little color, it's bright enough, it stands out against the background. And we'll just put some happy little indications here and there. Okay, drop it off your brush. You can use this brush sideways or straight on. Just to make some little indications. Not looking for a lot of detail yet, it's too far back. Practice with these big brushes. You would not believe what they will do. Then add a little yellow ochre, that same color. And drop some half a little leaves. Drop a little curve. Use a few little leaves. Put it right down this tree. This is the same old dirty brush. My gosh, it's got every color in the world on it. I'm just adding yellow into the tips, and then it's all mixing together right there in the brush. And let's add a little permanent red in there and yellow ochre. See what we get. We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents. And some of these happy accidents turn out to be the most beautiful effects. If you were trying to make them, you couldn't make them. So when you get one, don't get upset. Look at it before you wipe it off. Sometimes these happy little accidents are the nicest things that could possibly happen in your painting. Okay, let's come right down here. I'm going to take a small amount of Demantic clay again. Tiniest little bit on my big brush. And in my mind, yep, there's going to be a little bit of water down here. I like water. Spend a lot of time playing with the water. I have all these fish that I feed. Sometimes we buy up to a couple of hundred loaves of bread at a time, and we have all these fish coming in. They almost walk right out of the water. They come up and eat bread. And a couple of hundred loaves might last a week. Now you understand I have a lot of fish friends when they come up. And they sit around there and wait. They'll almost climb up on the shore and come knock on the door. Want to know where dinner is. I have a lot of friends that come over and look, and they can't believe all these fish. Anyway, enough fish talk. Let's get busy here. Van Dyke Brown, burn umber. And let's put some land in here. What the heck? Let's play with it. Whatever you don't like. It don't matter. Anything you don't like, you cover up with it. Put grass right back over the top of it. Just wherever you want it. Wherever you want it. Maybe. Yep. Right down through there. Look at that. Isn't it fantastic how much you can do that with a great big old knife? Almost looks like a cutting knife. Okay, let's put some highlight on there. I'm going to use yellow ochre. And put a little permanent red into it. Small amount of permanent red. And some burnt umber. Now this burnt umber is very reddish. It's almost like a burnt sienna. It's a little different than most burnt umbers. It's almost like a sienna color. Cut across, get that small roll of paint right on the edge of the knife. Let's go up here. Another thing I wanted to mention, because I get some letters sometimes. When you look at my knife close up on television, it may look a little different than the knife you have.
Survive the
And the
second
reason is
golden
I put
cookie.
tape on this knife so that it doesn't glare on
I
things.
honestly
So
don't
it's
know
just
how
a
I'm gonna survive for 2
Put a
hours,
little
but
tape on there.
yeah, I gotta keep clicking this category.
No, that's easy for me, but that's a lot of fun. You get a little paint thinner on it. Go ahead into some cad yellow, sap green, green, yellow ochre. Just mix all these colors on the brush. Look at that. Colors happening in the
Hello.
brush. That's what we're looking for. We don't want one flat, dead old color in there. Let's go through canvas.
It's a pretty long category, and every click matters. And if you click a golden cookie, it's dead.
There you want grass. You just come right over the line. No big deal. This is your world. You can do anything.
As you can see, I'm scrolling the wheel really fast, and the scroll wheel is binded to the left click. That's about it. No auto clickers, just the scroll wheel. We have 2 different categories on the cookie clicker leaderboard. One is for purely left click, one mouse left click, and one category is called fast click, and we can do this to preserve your sanity, I guess, and to explore the limits of this game.
Pull it out, cut across, let's go here. And you put a little bit of water in there. Let's let this play.
So the CPS tracker says 50 to 60. That's not true. I'm actually clicking at about 100 to 110 clicks per second. The tracker is just not accurate. The game can handle up to 200 or something, but I think it's a hard limit on my mouse or something. I cannot do more than 110. But since I've programmed new routes, I can technically still get the record with this low CPS. Are there different routes of buying? Yes, the route is actually, there's no perfect route. It's mathematically impossible or really hard to determine. Each and every category has his own different route. And the route also depends on what's your clicks per second. So what I did is to make a program in Python, which you input your mouse CPS and it spit out the best route, which is not the best, but the algorithm is very, it's pretty accurate at least. And I finished yesterday to do it for this category, and yeah, the route is much faster than what world record uses. So I have high chances because of that. It's basically a route calculator. It tries different things. It checks a parameter that is called pay time. It also goes for achievements because they're important in this category, and it gives you the best route, and then I adjusted it and put in splits.
Fantastico, perfetto.
Okay, now we need 5 millions for the plastic upgrade.
We can have as many trees as we want in our world. No, the big old tree. this one's closer to you. So he's bigger, he's stronger. He's a big old strong root. Oh, he's floating in the water.
So yeah, basically I prepare like 1 week to do, and then I do a single run. It's all about the route finding. That's to me the fun part, but then I wanna actually make him use my route, so that's why I'm doing runs. Thank you for the follow.
Okay, I'm gonna take another phone brush. I don't think so. Just take a little yellow ochre and a little white. Yellow ochre and white. Let this go right here. All I'm doing is touching it.
I would show the programs, but unfortunately in this category I gotta click all the way. I can't change page for any reason. Just keep them clicking.
Just so it stands out. Like so.
Fantastico! Perfetto!
Is that the plastic upgrade?
You can vary these colors a little bit.
I think I'm...
Fantastico!
Let's get that as well. So as soon as I'm gonna get the kitten upgrade, I also need to get all the achievements that I can. I'm missing one achievement. I think. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty competitive. Not on this category, that's for sure. But like 1 million cookies, that's the main category. There's a Discord if you want to join. You can find it in the speedrun.com page.
And I'm still using that same old dirty brush. Okay, let's go to this tree. Tape, and all we're gonna do here.
We used to be like one of the top most popular communities, active communities in speedrun.com. Now it's a bit less, but there's still like at least like 5 runs a day being submitted.
Fantastic what you can do with a little imagination and an almighty brush. And a dozen colors. Use the colors that
That's
you
pretty
want.
nice.
I use colors a lot of times they're a little brighter than I normally would, just so you can see it better in your set. And if I can teach you how to do it, then what to do, that's up to you. Because each one of us sees nature through different eyes, and what you see is what you should paint.
Okay, 8 portals to alchemy.
Fantastico!
9
Perfetto!
portals. I should have put some referral times on the splits actually, that's my bad. Like, take the times for the splits from the theoretical route and see if I'm ahead or behind, you know? But that's fine, it doesn't matter.
Fantastico! Perfetto!
I think we just about have a finished painting.
Fantastico! Perfetto!
And from all of us here, I'd like to wish you happy painting. God bless, and hope to see you again. Thank you.
Fantastico! Perfetto!
Alright, just both a bunch of things. For this category you go for 1 heavily chip, no golden cookies, fast click. I think there's only 1 run. But yeah, I put a lot of work into finding the route here, so I just want to
Today, let's do something a little bit different.
run
Today,
it
I'm gonna start with a canvas that's just
one time.
It's dry. Doesn't have any music
Fantastico.
playing. So I'll have it
Perfetto.
graphically run all the colors across your screen that you need to do this painting, and let's get started. I'm gonna start today with a 2.5-inch brush.
The golden cookie spawns like
Burned umber. Very thin,
about every 7
just a
minutes,
small amount. And just gonna put a little wash
taking
of
away the
canvas.
details, and they give like a super boost, like extra cookie or times 777 production, or you know.
Okay.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
And since the golden cookies are luck based on the timing and on the power up, this tradition that we split up the two categories. How much is this?
Right into a little bit
16
of
minutes.
Didn't clean the brush. Didn't clean the brush. Takes very little of this blue. Very strong color.
So if I click a golden cookie, it runs that. The golden cookie can spawn anywhere, even under my mouse. That's the big issue.
This will dry in just a couple of minutes. It'll dry even faster here in the studio because we have all the lights on the canvas. At home, you might want to give it a few minutes to dry a little bit so it's not so runny. But very thin, very light. Okay,
Yeah, it is.
that gives us a little background color.
And this is the longest category that has probably the highest risk of clicking the golden cookie.
Let's lay the brush down.
But
Today,
what can you
let's
do?
have
I
some
can't stop clicking
Maybe
because
right in here. Get some titanium
in
white.
this category the clicking power is like probably half of the cookies that you're gonna produce.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
Very, very important.
This whole map will be fantastic. Fantastic. But you gotta turn it loose and let it go. Gotta let it go. Very, very pretty. See, now it's picking up that color underneath. And you can make all kinds of beautiful little cloud effects.
Hey Viper, indeed.
This is your style, so you put things where you want them. Let them happen.
Oops,
Fantastico.
that
Perfetto.
was one extra alchemy, but that's fine.
Even with a knife, normally you probably would use a little more than the knife because it's thicker on the canvas. It has texture in this dry.
Factory app? Where's that?
Just clean that knife off, and we can just rub this a little bit, and it picks up the undercolor, and just blends the bottom of these clouds right in. All the beautiful blues and browns. And
3 millions. Okay.
There we go. See how easy you make it. The sky just
Fantastico. Perfetto.
Another portal. I think I'm not online with this play because I bought too many things, but really the important thing is just keep clicking. The more you click, the better time will be. I'm scrolling the wheel, and the wheel is binded to left click. That's what we use on the fast click category of this game.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
And a small amount of white. Let's get there. Maybe.
Okay, now I need the kitten.
Sideways up, dropping in. And when these paintings are dry, they look a great deal like traditional paintings.
And then I need to do the achievements and stuff.
These paintings will give you that feeling. Okay, now
Oh my god, please, what the fuck? Okay.
just rub it.
Dump the cookie. There's the cookie dumper.
This mountain be a little bit lighter down toward the
And
horizon.
Salagrama.
Fantastico. Fantastico. Perfetto.
56, 50, 17, 23,
Towards
22.
that dark value-added canvas.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
Alright, that was a bit of time loss. I bought the kitten upgrade, which gives me a multiplier that depends on the number of achievements that I have. So that's why it's important now to maximize the achievements.
Just a very, very small amount. We don't want to set this amount. Just warm it up a little bit. It's also a little easier for you to see at home. Maybe there's a little light because
Hopefully the mouse will survive. Look at that golden cookie. It's the second time that it spawned on my fucking big cookie. Portals are
Fantastico.
extremely
Perfetto.
OP. Okay.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
Oh wait, that was a different split. Yeah, portals are OP in this version. But as soon as I can get a time machine, I will go for that. The program says that this is the best to do.
very soft and very
Fantastico.
Okay.
Perfetto.
Alchemy upgrade, plus mine, plus factor.
light strike where you want it.
Fantastico.
There you go.
Perfetto.
Now we go for the time machine. Cost 123 millions. I do not have any warning. The run will be dead instantly. That's a problem. Okay, did I get all the achievement? I cookie dunker, small cookie, rename, uncanny clicker. I think that's all done.
And for that, I'll use a little brown, set green, put some white in it, some brown, some saffron, some white. I'm going to put into that, I'm going to just put a little bit of this blue.
Yeah, also the time is random, so I cannot like stop clicking to let it spawn. It goes from an absolute minimum of 5 minutes to like 8 minutes and 30 seconds. That's the time in between two golden cookies.
Very soft at the bottom. You can that little misty area. That's you separate. Just keep using the same color. Maybe I'll add a small amount of blue to it. Make it a little bit more into the bluish hue. Yep.
My arm starts to feel this.
This is a little darker.
34 minutes of doing this.
I'm just pushing this up here to make it look like little trees. As I get closer to you, you want to have more and more detail on it. Add a little white so I can create some rest down here at the bottom. As things get closer, we begin making more color. You can see all kinds of little colors as things get closer. So if you wanted to begin showing
What's the price of the portal upgrade? I'm gonna check.
tiniest little bit of color right there. Tiniest little bit.
181,000 clicks so far. That's a lot of clicks. With my mouse alone, I produce 154 million cookies.
Just keep making these colors dark and closer.
No, 158,000 million cookies, which is more than half of all the cookies that I've produced. The goal is to reach 1 trillion cookies. Not 1 billion, 1 trillion cookies.
lot of rubbing. That rubbing makes it very smooth. When this is done, it'll look almost like it was done with a brush. It'll be so smooth, right? That's what we're shooting for anyway. And it takes a lot of this blending and rubbing.
Fantastico.
Okay, how much is that?
A lot of
166 millions. Okay. Yeah, that tells you how OP are the portals, if it's worth it now to buy the portal upgrade before everything else.
Small amount of white.
You know what, I think I'm gonna get the achievement there really quick.
Some dark in here. Then we can begin working on some shades and some form, playing a little. And I'm good. Right into a little bit of yellow ochre. Yellow ochre. And to that I put a little bit of blue, a little flavor of blue into my yellow ochre. It's a nice green, but it's not so bright and shiny. It's a dull green. Let's go back up here. Detail in here.
Is it?
Things
Yeah.
that happen. Maybe you can vary these colors. It's not bright enough. It's yellow. Make it bright or as dull as you want. Let these colors play through there. This is an excellent.
There's the golden cookie, you can see
If you
that,
have a lot of paper
the
left
middle
on
of the
palette,
screen.
you can just use any old color that you
That's
want
how it looks like.
and put all these things together. It's beautiful, beautiful. You really make friends with your map. You get to know that thing just like an extension of your hand. And that's when the fun really starts. Maybe you go back and get a little Prussian blue, a little Randolph brown, white into it, a little salt green. That's more brown there. Let's go up to the canvas, maybe
You can't spawn anywhere in the screen.
need a little bit of dark into here to show.
So I guess maybe, now that I think about it, it would be better if I have a big window so that the chance of the cookies spawning here are less. But having a small windows help because it reduces the distance between the cookies and the upgrades when you go there to buy. But I think it's more worth it to have a big screen at this point. Anyway. Let's hope to be lucky, come on. Hello Kicksond, welcome to this golden cookies, cookie clicker speedrun stream. Yes.
Very hard, very hard.
Fantastico.
Okay, and
Perfetto.
I'll go up to 21 ports.
go into some phthalo blue. Light phthalo blue. Across. Water lilies. Now these little lines that you're putting in, they need to be straight. If they're not straight, it's not going to look like water. They really need to be straight.
Hello from Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia doesn't exist anymore.
Fantastico.
And now a second
Perfetto.
time machine.
Pick up color.
What is part of Yugoslavia now? Like North Macedonia, Bosnia Herzegovina,
Probably sounds loud, but really
Kosovo,
it's dry.
Montenegro,
It's wet,
Serbia,
so you don't hear it, but the mouth would just glide across it. You got a little bit.
Croatia, okay, that's also Slovenia? Alright, okay. I'm from Italy.
Maybe.
Okay, you're from Croatia, nice.
Maybe.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
I'm exactly the other part of the sea. I live near the coast there.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
Oof, 3 time machines. Yeah, thank you for the follow. Yeah, now the runs start to slow down a bit because I need to farm a lot of cookies in between purchases. It will speed up later on. Bob and Brian. That's some Bugs Bunny memes. I will do Bugs Bunny race later this evening at 9 p.m. So if you like Bugs Bunny, you can check it out. Fantastico. I already have 50 farms. I got them in advance because, yeah, doesn't really change anything.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
Okay, ship.
It's just Bandai.
20 shipments.
Blue.
Yeah, I'll just fucking buy some.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
Best thing here is not count precisely. I want a 60 cursors. You know, just buy a bunch as quick as possible and go back clicking. That's the best route you can do for this category. Golden cookie in the center.
Some of that color is flowing through this. You still can see it. So you have areas that are very thick with paint, areas that are very thin. It makes a beautiful, beautiful composition.
Okay, I need the plastic upgrade after. I need to know how much does it cost. That's dumb on me. I should have put the price on the split so that I know.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
50 millions. Is that it? No, it's this 500 millions. That's a lot, but since clicking is so important, it's worth it. It's probably the most important upgrades of them all. It's holding for now. Hopefully he will keep. I'm trying to minimize the movement as much as possible. Definitely not as bad as left clicking, holy shit. If somebody can do a little count for me. I've clicked 260,000 times in 49 minutes. I want to know what's my clicks per second average.
This is a super thing to use it.
950,000 divided by 49 minutes in seconds. Sorry, 260,000. Yeah, that's it.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
There's a little stick here.
100 million for this. 88 per second. Okay. a bit below the theoretical route that I'm following, but that's fine. So yeah, the tracker is definitely wrong, but we don't have a better one.
Fantastico! Perfetto!
It's like capped at 60, it's not consistent. But it's not capped for everyone, just for somebody. That's weird.
Nothing but your almighty knife.
Fantastico! Perfetto! Fantastico! Perfetto!
Hi, I'm Bob Ross, and for the next 13 weeks, I'll be your host.
Fantastico!
Yeah, I just hope I really don't
I think
think
each
it
of
go
us sometime
quickly.
in our
That
life
would be
has wanted to paint a picture.
dramatic.
I think there's an
Really?
artist hid in the bottom of every single one of us. And here we will try to show you how to bring that artist out, to put it on canvas, because you too can paint almighty pictures. You know, we have avoided painting for so long because I think all of our lives we've been told that you have to go to school half your life, maybe even have to be
Fantastico!
blessed by
Perfetto!
Michelangelo at birth to ever be able to paint a picture. And here we want to
6
show
time
you that that's not true,
machines.
that you can paint a picture.
I
right
think
along
there's
with us.
something wrong in this split. I should have probably get an extra time machine somewhere.
So if you have your brush and
Probably a
palette ready
mistake
next
on
week,
my splits.
you can paint right along with us. I'd like to go over some
But
of the
okay.
equipment that we'll use before we start. The brushes that we use. I'll be using very large 2.5 inch and 1 inch natural bristle brushes. Now these are natural bristle. Be sure you don't start with a nylon brush. We'll use an almighty palette knife. And this is much different than the traditional palette knife. It is not thin and flimsy. It's a firm palette knife. And with this we can make fantastic things happen. Let's go over the colors that we'll use. We're going to start out here with titanium white, phthalo green, Prussian blue, Van Dyke brown, alizarin crimson, sap green, cad yellow, and permanent red. Now these 8 colors we'll use each and every week for every picture that we do. So you don't have to go out and buy 1,500 different kinds of colors and brushes. You need very little equipment to paint with this. Another thing, we'll do no tracing of patterns on here. We start with a vision in our heart and we put it on canvas. And we're here to teach you to be able to do this too. So let's do it. Let's paint a picture right here. We're going to start with a big brush, and we're going to cover the canvas with a thin layer of
There's
magic
the
white.
antimatter condenser and then the prism.
So the first thing we're going to do is get
I'm
the
gonna buy
canvas
them
wet.
later.
And all we want is a nice, even, thin coat of paint here. There we go.
Fantastico! Perfetto!
Just cover it nice and even. You also need an almighty easel when you're doing this. You need an easel that will hold your canvas very firm
40 millions?
and allow you
What?
to use these big brushes. Okay.
Oh, I just need a shit.
Using a large brush like this, it really doesn't take too long
Fantastico!
to cover your canvas.
Perfetto! Fantastico! Perfetto!
And if you get a hair like that, just pop it
Fantastico!
over the corner of your brush
Perfetto!
and flip it away. Okay. Now after you get your canvas covered with the magic white,
Fantastico!
we'll take
Perfetto!
and make long strokes back and forth.
Just Byron
Get
and
a nice
stuff
even
here.
distribution of paint on here. Okay. Up and down one time. That assures that the magic white's nice and even all the way across the canvas. Okay, let's wash the brush out here. We wash our brushes with odorless paint thinner. Okay, we'll wash him out. And I beat the brush just to dry the bristles. Now let's take a little bit of cad yellow here. And I think today we'll do a picture that's maybe like we're walking through the woods. So let's
Fantastico,
start right here with a
perfetto.
little bit of cad yellow with just the least little touch of phthalo green in it. And we'll add a little
Fantastico,
bit more of the green
perfetto.
color, and we'll begin making little X's. Just like so.
Fantastico, perfetto.
Okay.
Okay.
No
Now,
true
without cleaning the
never
brush,
click,
we'll go right into
no
some
golden.
brush here. Just add it right
That
onto the
will
brush.
take,
Just go
if you are on holidays,
crisscross
probably a
strokes,
couple
X
days.
strokes.
Otherwise, years, months, I don't know. No, actually,
Alright,
that's
we'll
only
get that.
possible on
Have a light
holidays,
source in this
because
paint.
that's the only way to get cookies.
Okay, and we'll clean the brush again. Once again, this is odorless paint thinner. We do not use turpentine. Now, with a nice clean brush, I'm going to take and add just a little bit of titanium white right here in the center. Just a little. And we'll begin working outward. There. By now,
Fantastico,
maybe you have recognized
Tree
perfetto.
lines.
some of the equipment we're using as
Fantastico, perfetto.
I learned this fantastic technique from a wonderful man that I think all of us had enjoyed for many, many years on TV, Bill Alexander. And Bill taught me this many years ago. It is the most fantastic way to paint.
Approaching 1 hour here. It's
Join
probably
us. Have some fun.
less than
We'll
half
just
of the
blend this out a
run.
little bit more here.
The expected time is like 2 hours and 20 something.
Until we have a nice smooth sky.
Could be longer though. It really depends. I cannot match the clicking
we'll
speed
clean
of
the
the
brush
word
one more
record.
time.
But I can begin with the
Now, let's start
interrupt.
putting in some small minded trees here. We're going to start with a little bit of alizarin crimson and a touch of Prussian blue. Now,
Fantastico,
the Prussian blue is
perfetto.
100 times stronger than the crimson. So use just a little blue and a lot of crimson. Here
Fantastico,
we're going to begin pushing
perfetto.
into basic tree shapes. So just bend the brush.
How much is
Bend
this
the brush.
script? Okay,
Make those little
easy.
leaves and branches just pop right out at you.
Fantastico,
There he comes.
perfetto.
These little son of a guns hiding your brush. You just have to push
Fantastico,
them out.
perfetto.
This is your world, your creation.
Yeah, and
Put a little one right here.
I don't know if that in that run particularly there's a hand cam, but he proven with hand cam
Maybe we'll just put some
before,
little grass here.
and his tracker says like 300 CPS. I really don't know
Right
how.
there. There's one.
I guess it just depends on the mouse and your computer in general.
Now you're pushing quite firm here. This is why I say you need an almighty easel when you're doing this. An easel that's strong.
I'm hard limited on that. I can go faster with the
Maybe over
mouse,
here
but
on
I
this will
will
side
not get
We'll add another
more
one, maybe a bigger
CPS.
one over here.
That's my limit.
There he is. And there's no secret to this. Anybody can paint. Anybody can paint.
Fantastico,
All you need is
perfetto.
How much is a portal upgrade?
practice.
166 billion.
There already
1
we have the
billion
beginning of a
66.
beautiful picture. We have the tree shapes, a light source. Looks to me like it's early in the morning. Okay, now let's put some trunks in these trees. And for that we'll take a little bit of Van Dyke Brown. And let's just lay in some basic trunks here. There we go.
1 hour passed.
Like so. Maybe some little something right there. There we are. little fellow over here, he needs a trunk too. So we'll put one right in here. And maybe some nails up in here. Right through here. There we go. Just some indications here and there. And some little sticks and twigs.
I hope I'm not like one portal upgrade wrong. Like I should have buy the previous one now.
There we are.
But I think this is right.
Okay. Now we'll highlight these and we'll take a little bit of white.
Another golden
and a touch
cookie
of brown
avoided.
mixed together. And remember where your light source is. So this tree will highlight right here. Like so.
Yeah, I think next time, because I plan to do a race of this with the
Over on this
friend.
side, the light's coming through
I
here,
will
so
put the
we'll highlight
prices on the split so that I exactly know how much time and if it's the
a
correct
few little indications up
purchase.
through here. Now comes the fun. Now we can begin putting all the beautiful leaves and stuff on this and just really make it come alive. So here we'll take a little bit of the magic white, the thinner paint. One of the golden rules in this is that a thin paint will stick to a thick paint. So anytime you're painting over the top of paint, you need to have a paint that's just a little bit thinner. Alrighty, we'll take a little bit of phthalo green and a little bit of yellow, and we load the brush full of paint. And our light's coming through here, so we want this side of the tree to be a little brighter than the other side. Alright, and then we begin pushing thousands of little leaves on here. Just, they hide in your brush. There they come. Just a little on this side over here. There's not as much light's going to strike. Little's going to come through, but not as much. Look at that. In just a matter of a few minutes, we have a beautiful tree.
Okay,
Maybe
almost
this little
done.
tree over here, we'll put a little highlight on him. And once again, we're using a paint that's a little bit thinner so that it sticks.
There we go.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
First thing that you have to do when you're doing this is start with an oil paint that's very, very firm. Your base paint has to be extremely firm. If you start with a thin, loose paint, you're going to become a mud mixer. You have to have a thick paint on the base coat in order to get this thinner paint to stick. Now let's begin building some little bushes and stuff in here. All right, look at that. You can do it. I know you can. There, click to there. Okay, let's move up to this big tree in the front here. And
Up
let's
to
put
33
nice little leaves up
portals.
here on him. You have to bend that brush. If the brush doesn't bend, you're not going to get all these beautiful little leaves, these little actions that happen. Okay, maybe there's a nice little bush that lives right here.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
You know, if you've ever walked through the woods early in the morning, all the little creatures are out here. They're all playing in the bushes and stuff. This is where they live, in all these bushes. Okay, let's put something on this side.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
Nice little bush here. Just let your imagination run wild. Let your heart be your guide. In the time you sit around worrying about
I
it,
already
trying to
have the
plan a painting,
shipments, I
you could
just
have
need
completed
the
the painting
upgrade.
already. Let it happen. Let it happen. You know, for so many years, I was a traditional painter. And I would spend sometimes weeks just working on a picture, drawing it out, getting all the little sketches and stuff. And then I'd go back and spend maybe a month trying to fill in the blocks. And here, we let it happen. It comes right out of here. It's in you.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
Okay? Let's see.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
Let's
And
try
now
this
we're
big
going
tree
to
here.
buy the first antimatter for 4 billions.
There we go. Yeah. Okay, let's try. I've added a little permanent red with my color now, just to give us a little different value. Okay. Now you know if we're going to walk through the woods, we need a little path. So let's take
Do I need
a little
this?
bit of Van Dyke brown here, and let's build us a happy little path. I'm just going to take the knife and let this path sort of just wander right down through here. There we go. Just let it wander around, play, have fun. Okay. There we got us a nice little path. Now we need to highlight that path, so I'll take just a little bit of white. And we'll just barely touch the canvas here, just enough so we can highlight where the sun's sparkling through here. There. See how easy that is? Let that paint break. And now
That's
in order
gonna
to
take
save
a
that
while.
to paint, we'll add some bushes that project up over the path here and there. Just push them in. There we go. And you can see how that makes it just literally drop right into the painting. Okay, let's put some more land areas in here. And maybe there's some nice little areas coming down through here. Just like so. Okay, we'll have some here. Follow the angle of your land. There we go.
Avoid another
And maybe-
cookie.
Maybe, as we're walking through the woods here, maybe it rained last night. Maybe it came a nice little rain. There's little puddles. Now, after it rains, you always have little rain puddles. So let's take a little touch of the Prussian blue here, and we'll just make us a little puddle. And we put some Prussian blue on the brush, and we take here and pull downward. Just pull downward, like so. There we go. Okay. See how easy it is to do? Very gently, we'll come across this way, just to give it a watery effect. Now if you want to put highlights in here, maybe you could take just a little touch of the titanium white on the brush and pull down. It'll give us sort of a sheen. There. And then once again, just come across just enough to give it a nice watery feel. You can overdo this part very easily. Okay, wash off the old brush. puddles out of this. Maybe it comes down like so. Through there. There we are. Okay. Little puddle. We just make this a little separate puddle back here. Just like that. Then we'll take a little bit of brown and white and we'll lay a little highlight on there. There we go. In your world, you can do anything that your heart desires. My home is in Fairbanks, Alaska, and I spend a lot of time walking around the woods and talking to trees, squirrels and little rabbits and stuff. And I look at a lot of nature.
Fantastico,
And
perfetto.
a painting teaches you nothing else. It'll teach you to look at nature with different eyes. It'll teach you to see things that have been there all your life and you've never noticed. And it
Fantastico,
does nothing else
perfetto.
but make you enjoy nature. It's
Oh my
worthwhile.
god, another antimatter now. Holy
Look
shit.
around. What we have. Beauty is everywhere. You only have to look to see it.
Now
Not too
things
much
really
sometimes.
slows
We'll go back to
down.
painting here. Take a little bit of the thin white paint here, and we'll put some little water lines back in here. Okay, just like so. There we go. There. And maybe some little water lines right here. This is just the thin white paint. And you literally just cut right into the canvas with it. And let's smooth that out. There we go. Okay, now while I have the knife here, I'm going to take and just cut a few little sticks here and there.
Now the
All we're
question
doing just
is,
literally cutting
will
right
I
through
reach 1 million clicks?
so the canvas shows through. It makes a multitude of little sticks. And these little sticks help create the illusion of distance.
400,000.
All different planes. Okay.
Um,
Now then,
I have no idea, but a lot. It's,
stuff right down here on
of course, it's an exponential game, so
There we go.
when I reach 500 billion cookies, it's basically already
There they are.
almost done. Trillion.
They just live right here in your brush. And you just drop them right in. There.
I think the prism is like 10 times the antimatter.
Okay.
Just so you
Let's
know.
take and do this.
the power.
Let's put some land right down through here. Back to the Van Dyke brown. A little bit of white. There we go. Highlight on here. There. And we'll put a few little bushes and stuff right out here. See how easy that is? Okay. A few more little water lines in here. Just let them happen.
I think this might be the slowest part of the run.
Each week
Or
we try
it's
to do
when I buy the
things that are
first
designed to
prism.
teach you something different, something new, something exciting. Just to keep your interest going. Okay, now. Let's play a little bit here. Let's have a happy little
How
tree
many
right here.
buildings do I
So we'll start
have?
with the Van Dyke
Because
brown.
there's the achievement
We'll
for
make
that
this
as
little
well.
trunk here. There he goes.
80, 151, 202, 253, 303, 237.
There
364, 300 and... Okay, I have already 400 buildings, so that's the achievement.
It's your creation.
Oh yeah, I can see it there, architect. That's the achievement for 400 buildings.
Just let it happen. There. Now. And we'll give him some little leaves. And we'll use some more of the alizarin crimson. A touch of Prussian blue. We need dark in order to show light. So first we'll put some dark on here. We'll put some happy little leaves here and there.
Okay, now I need
Fantastico. Perfetto.
cookies upgrade.
When we see you next week, I hope you have your almighty easel set up, your colors ready, your big
think it's
brushes
one
all
building.
primed and ready to go, and do an almighty painting with us here. Very quickly, while I'm finishing this up, I'll go over the colors one more time that we use. Titanium white, phthalo green, Prussian blue, Van Dyke brown, alizarin crimson,
Another golden cookie.
Sap green.
Avoided.
cad yellow, and permanent red.
Be careful now when I go
Only
to
8
buy the
colors
thing.
each.
Okay.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
I use just a little touch more of the permanent
12
red,
time
so it'll
machines.
stand out a little more. See how easy it is to create a tree right here in your world? There we go.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
Another
And
cookies.
maybe down here. Maybe there's some nice little bushes and stuff happening right in here. There we go.
Cookies gives a multiplier for the buildings.
All right. Maybe right
It's
there.
like 5% more CPS.
Here and there, I'm going to put just a few little sticks and stuff. Like that. Just once again to build some distance in here. I want this to have a lot of depth in it. And we'll cut in a few little sticks here and there.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
You getting excited yet? You ready to paint with us? You can do it. Okay. And I think this painting's far enough along, we'll just sign this rascal. And I sign the painting with a script liner brush, a little bit of oil, and I use red paint, but whatever color you prefer. Okay. And we'll just sign that rascal. I hope you've enjoyed this
Fantastico.
painting.
Perfetto.
Next week, we're looking forward to seeing you. I hope you have your brush ready. Dream in your heart that you want to put on canvas. And join us right here for the joy of painting. And you too can build fantastic pictures. You can take them from here and put them on there. Until next week, happy painting from all of us here.
I lost sensibility on the bottom of my arm.
Hello, glad
I have
to see you
to
again.
like...
Thought today we'd do a picture that's right straight out of Alaska. We'll do one at Mount McKinley, the most almighty mountain in the North American continent. And we'll start off today, we use just a little bit of Prussian blue, maybe a touch of phthalo green mixed with it here. And let's dance in some basic shapes here. I've already put the magic white on the canvas to save a little time. So, we're just literally mixing color right here on the canvas. Just let this brush dance and play and have fun. And all we're looking for is general basic cloud shapes here. We're really not trying to put anything in. Just let it happen. Just move the brush, keep it moving, working, playing, having fun. Here we go.
Oh yes, thank you for the good
Cloud
luck.
shape right there. What the heck? Okay. Keep the brush moving. Don't let it stop. Sometimes brush is lazy. You have to really push it a little while. Quit on you. Make it keep moving. Okay, now we'll take the almighty brush here. We're going to swirl this. We're going to pull the color. Move it. Pull it. There we go. Try to avoid a pattern. We want this to go everywhere. We're looking for a sky here that has life in it, has movement in it. We don't want a sky that looks like it might you pull the curtain down and everything went black on it. So keep this moving. There. Already you're beginning to see all the little things happening up here. Every which direction. Everywhere. There we go. Now you can blend this too much and take it all out. We don't want to take it out. We just want to mix it up. Stir it up. Okay, while we got some paint on the brush here, we'll add a little more Prussian blue and phthalo green. And we'll put us in some water. We'll pour from the outside in. And leave a little area open here. That will create the little sheen of light that plays across the water. You could go back with white paint and put it back in, but you've already covered the canvas with magic white. So why not use it? This is lazy man's way of
Fantastico. Perfetto.
let the paint work, you let the brushes work. Use what happens naturally, don't fight it.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
Clean the old brush off. Let's get out an almighty fan brush here. And let's build some happy little clouds up here. I'm going to take titanium white with the least little touch of permanent red in it. Load the
Fantastico.
brush full of paint.
Perfetto.
Just really load it up. Now we'll start working on some basic cloud shapes here. We'll dance in all these little areas and let them just play in the sky. Keep the brush moving. Keep it moving. You want areas that are thick, areas that are thin. Let all these little things happen. And we'll take the big brush here and gently blend this together.
I don't know what's the cursor upgrade there after 100 cursors, unfortunately.
Hypnotize it.
I think I already bought
Right there you feel almighty clouds. Just that quick. But they're very easily killed. Clouds are delicate. Don't overwork it. Put it in, leave it alone. Okay, maybe we'll have another one here. We'll put a layer of these clouds. Nature is so beautiful. Just let it go. Have fun with it. Very, very easy to work these to death. And this in. You work in layers here. You do the things the fathers to wait first. Have him finished and then work forward. Tiles that one. Blend this one a little bit. A little bit more red here. There we go. Don't want to set these clouds on fire now. All we want to do is have a slight warmish glow to them, like the sun's playing along the top.
I'm safe for 7 more minutes.
Guess we better not forget this side of the sky. Something over here. Some of these little clouds playing around the sky. Mix these up a little bit. pushing this paint to the canvas, working that value right into the canvas. Just let it play. Don't kill all the dark areas. You can end up with pretty big cotton balls in the sky if you're not careful.
Fantastico, perfetto.
Guess I'd be considered a UFO.
Fantastico, perfetto.
Fluff that up.
Fantastico, perfetto.
Look at there. In just a couple of minutes, you have a sky that has so much action.
Fantastico, perfetto.
There we go. You do this in your living room, you can redecorate your living room in a matter of minutes. So be very careful.
Fantastico,
To
perfetto.
control it. Have your box, you can shake your brush in, and that way you don't have to worry about
Fantastico, perfetto.
Okay, let's take a little bit of brown, blue, a little touch of alizarin crimson, and some white.
Yeah, I already had the cursor right there.
And don't mix your paint dead. Mix it marbly and leave it alone. Okay, now let's do, since we're going to do McKinley today, let's do the basic shape here. McKinley comes down like so, has another peak. Running right off through here. Make it just a little more rounded. There. Let this side drop right down and over. All you're looking for here is the basic outline, the basic shape of this mountain. You're not worried at all what happens here. Okay? Take the big brush, we'll pull that down. This takes off the excess paint and makes the next layer stick better. And also when you're doing mountains, if you can see the entire mountain, the top of the mountain is always more distinct than the bottom. The bottom of the mountain, we have dust, now we have pollution, and a multitude of things that break up and diffuse light. We'll put some snow out on it. Pull that paint out real flat. Just pull it out, just a little over the paint. Just let this travel right down. And you want the paint to break like this. Make all the little things that happen. Little shadows, light and dark areas. And this bump comes out right there. And works its way down. Over here, this drop. Just like so. Now for the shadow color, we'll use a little Prussian blue and white. And once again, don't mix it dead. You want it to be sort of marble. And we'll start with the shadows. Just lay these in. We'll bring these two areas here together. So we just sort of work it back and forth. Add it. There you go. Let it just come together. And this shadow comes right down.
Fantastico, perfetto.
How much is that? 9 billion. Holy shit.
Shadow right there. See how the curves end up? Just jump right out at you. The ridges here and there. Kind of little things happening in this mountain. Then we need a shadow back here behind this almighty. There it is. Looks this at home. If you find that you're making a lot of mud, check your paint. It should be very, very firm. Squeeze that tube. It should stand up maybe about 3/4 of an inch above the tube. Then you have a nice firm paint. Okay, I'm going to make the same color and make it darker. Blue-brown, a alizarin added to it. Because I want this mountain to be in front. This is a beautiful study of how to make one mountain look very, very big.
Another golden cookie avoided.
Smaller mountains here in the foreground. Little peak there. And we'll take the big brush and pull that out. So yeah, just comes right out. That's the beauty of painting wet on wet. You can move paint on the canvas. And we'll put some happy little snow here. Just the tip of it. There we go.
Fantastico! Perfetto!
Our light is still coming from the same direction here. So
Fantastico! Perfetto!
Simple, hello.
Fantastico! Perfetto!
2 time upgrades,
let's
okay.
push that one to the background. Just come right on through.
Yeah, the fast click strats.
Scary to have this much power in two
Are you
mountains.
sure 2 times upgrades? What the fuck? $9 billion the next one. Holy shit.
Just swing this around, bring these two
I'm not that sure, but okay.
Just make a nice little ridge out of that.
Also, I should probably buy those now because it's on achievement.
Okay. Yeah, we've got an almighty mountain. I'm gonna take a little the blue
It's fake. It's actually
touch of sap green to it.
more like 100
Look for a dark color.
because we bind the
Load up
scroll wheel to the left click,
push in some little
and that's what I'm doing. I'm scrolling.
trees way back in the distance, bushes and trees. All the little things happening back here.
No, it's not cheating. There's 2 separate categories. One for left click only, and one that's called fast click, where we can do this.
This will be the beginning of our
So the
reflections.
purists have their own separate leaderboard. And this is when you can't click anymore. You just go with the scroll wheel. It takes over 7 hours,
Let's put some highlights on here.
which is the thing that I'm gonna do at some point, but
Cad yellow.
holy shit. Imagine clicking a golden cookie after 7 hours. That's dramatic.
Bright color.
So far, I've miraculously avoided all the golden cookies here for a hour and a
All
half.
these nice little bushes happening.
We'll see.
And then we'll
Yeah, the problem is that the clicks are so important there. So important.
Now with a big brush, the most delicate touch possible. Just enough to pull the paint a little bit. We'll pull that down.
And here too, like 80% of the
Don't want to just
total cookies are handmade in this category. 80%.
now, let's take mix up a lot of dark here. Blue brown, alizarin and a little bit of sap green. Should look black to you. And we'll load the brush full of paint. Load it full.
And chill Bob Ross in the background. Wait, how much is
Lot of
that?
paint.
Okay, 9.8
And let's make some little
minutes.
baby trees growing way back here in the distance.
Hope it's the right upgrade here, because that's really expensive.
Okay,
Fantastico. Perfetto.
let's find that one up a little bit. Needs to be a little stronger. There we go. Maybe he's got a friend that lives right over here. Just dropped him in. Okay, maybe they get a little bigger as it comes around the curve.
Up to 20 time
A little baby one
machines.
back here.
Now they're more OP because they bought the upgrade.
A little bush in front of it. Okay, took a little touch of magic white, a little bit of brown, and a little touch of yellow, just to make a nice sandy look. We're laying a little water line back here.
I don't have a PV now.
Got a few little trunks and sticks here and there.
It's the first time I actually tried this.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
I should have put maybe the theoretical times to have a referral point, but yeah, kind of just forgot completely.
Maybe we need another tree right here. Trees are getting closer, so they're getting a little bigger to you. This is a way to push everything back. Work with perspective.
I just really hopes to not click a golden cookie.
Okay, let's do the other side. Brush. These trees live in your brush. You have to
I can't feel my arm anymore. Completely lost sensitivity.
And they're like everything else. The first time you try them, they're gonna drive you up the wall. But you
Oof,
practice.
avoided.
There's a secret to this, and it is practice. You learn how to make the brush work, how to touch the canvas with it. And then it's just a matter of practice. First time you tied your shoe, it wasn't easy. You had to look at it and work at it. Next thing you know, you're not paying any attention, just get your shoe tied. Same thing. We'll just
Fantastico.
$100
there we go.
for the achievement.
Reflection in here.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
Ooh,
And
loading milk now.
Push right there.
I think I bought
Fantastico.
those already.
Perfetto.
There's one.
Fantastico.
Right
Perfetto.
down here will reflect some of these.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
If you want to check if you have nothing better to do,
To move it
how many clicks per second I've done? I've clicked 555,000 times in 1 hour, 41 minutes and 10 seconds.
give him something to see. Maybe we can take a clean brush, just lift that jimmy. This is a very thin paint.
Actually, 555,000 in 141.30.
Here we'll use a little bit of just straight magic white. And we'll put us a happy little waterline in here. There. Okay. Now then. You can put some more little bushes right in here. Like so. And we'll drop some fletches into the water.
GMT plus 2.
We'll pull those down. And anybody can do
I
this.
don't know what's the time zones.
Anybody can do
Tell him it's Italian time.
all the way up. 80 and 90 years old.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
Really like this. They
Austrian time? Okay.
and they see results.
So what's that in Italy? It's 20 or 22? It's the same? Okay. I mean, we're pretty close together.
So it's not just for the older person. It will also work very well for the young person.
No,
He's quite lazy. He'll only paint if he needs money.
565,000 clicks in 143.00.
And to make the things happen in your heart. We'll just have this come out here. Fill that in.
Yes, that's the time now.
Okay. Now we can start highlighting some of these things. We'll take a little bit of blue and yellow mixed together.
Yeah, okay.
Very nice color. Just drop some highlights on this tree. Remember where your light's coming from. Light's coming from the right. So you want the right-hand side of this tree to be a little more distinctly bright than the left side.
Hopefully it's not much left this round, but
Coming from the right.
yeah, I think we're still a bit far.
Let's put some
Infinite Bakery, 100 million cookies.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
There we are. Now, more magic white. Thin that down just a touch.
Yes, he will join. Nice.
Start finding all these beautiful little trees and bushes and everything here. Very important that you don't kill all this dark area.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
Very left. We might as well just reflect that right into the water there. Okay. A little bit right in here. And we'll reflect that right on down. A little touch of red on the top.
Fantastico. Perfetto. Fantastico. Perfetto.
Another nice tree, I see. Little rascals live in your brush. You guys gotta push them out. And just put a touch more of the magic here.
I need 120 cursors
Nice ochre color.
for the upgrade.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
All these pretty little bushes. Just let them blow off your brush.
See you.
Some little grassy areas coming down through here. Let's turn that into a nice reflection. Just like so. Okay, now let's give him a little bit of dirt. There we go. This is straight Van Dyke brown.
Fantastico. Perfetto. Fantastico. Perfetto.
Sticks here. Here we're just cutting through the paint using the point of the knife. But it shows distance. It shows all these different
Fantastico. Perfetto.
We'll put just a little bit of magic right into here. Give us a little water line. There we go. And a few little sticks over here.
And now we go for the crisp.
Okay, but you see what you can do in just a few minutes with an almighty brush and an almighty knife and a beautiful painting in your heart. All you have to do is lay it down. Few more sticks. There we go. I think we'll call that finished. And I want to thank you very, very much for watching us. I hope to see you again in the near future. Until then, happy painting. Thank you. Hello again. Glad to see you. Thought today we'd do one of these almighty black canvases. It's time we got into doing something on a black canvas. I'd like to show you how you can do a beautiful, beautiful landscape on a black canvas. I've already went ahead, because we are short of time on this show, I've already went ahead and covered the whole canvas with alizarin crimson. Now I'm going to take a little Van Dyke brown and work into the edges, just around the edges. So we already have it covered with alizarin crimson, and now we're putting a little brown on it. The whole canvas was covered with crimson. There we go, just around the corners. Thought today we'd do a beautiful little sunset. Maybe we'll have a little sunset like the sun's going down behind the hill back there. We just have a beautiful glow in the sky, and then we'll go from there. I'm going to take and pull this back and forth to get a nice even distribution of paint, working it up and down, back and forth.
Stay hydrated.
All right. Okay, now we'll start with a 1-inch brush, and we'll use a little bit of cad yellow. Figure out where the sun has just went down. And we're going to start like right here. Begin working this paint around. Start in the center and work around and around and around. And already it's picking up the alizarin crimson and is turning into a beautiful little yellowish orangish glow here. There we go. And we'll start right here and let it work outward. You want it to get darker and darker and darker and darker as it goes out toward the edges. So we always start with the color in here and work outward. There we go. Get color here, work it out. And I'm doing this in little bitty X patterns, back and forth, back and forth. There we go. Okay. Now let's take the big brush and gently, gently hypnotize this. We're still making the little X's. There. Just work that in. And then just enough to take out the brush strokes. Put it together here on the brush, mix on the brush. Maybe back here in the distance we'll have a little foothill back here. Just let this brush bounce along and play. There we go. look the size of this big brush here. It does fantastic things.
Have 91 CPS average.
Okay. Now maybe we'll have some highlights. Take a little yellow and green, a little touch of red here. We just push some little highlights coming down here. We make these little foothills way back in the distance. Take a clean brush, just gently lift up, very, very lightly, just enough to give it an upward swirl. There. Very light, barely touching the canvas. That 2 or 3 hairs just about touch. Just enough to move the paint. Now we'll take a little yellow, a little permanent red mixed together here. And we'll start putting in some reflections. Maybe we'll have a little lake right back here, a little pond. Just lay a little color on and pull this down. There we go. And just enough to give it a little watery effect. Just ripple it a little. We don't want to destroy it. Okay. And the old brushes here. Move right along. Okay, now I'm going to go back into this brown and alizarin. Once again, we're mixing it on the brush. A lot of paint on the brush. Maybe we'll put a little tree standing back here. We'll make this a little fan brush. There we go. And trees get lonely too, so we'll give him a friend. There. Maybe there's a little one right there. Got 2 big ones, so invariably sooner or later it's going to be a little one. There he is. Let's fill him in, make him just a touch darker. Maybe we'll put a 3rd one right there. Work that in a little bit, create a shadow behind the tree. Okay. Just knife here, we'll just make a water line running back here. These black canvases.
Sub 2 hours breeze. I don't know what that means, but
allow it to dry
cool.
before we start. And the alizarin crimson that we use here is a transparent color, so the black shows through. It looks black, but when you apply color to it, man, it really comes alive. Okay, let's start with some almighty trees and stuff. We'll use a big brush today. And let's have a big old tree right here. I know this may be quite difficult for you to see, but we are putting the general shape of the tree right here. These black canvases make some of the prettiest pictures that you can imagine. And if you're interested in selling paintings and making a happy book, put in your pocket, these are the ones that really sell. Let's have another tree right over here. Let these limbs just fly out, firemen. here. There we go. Just in your mind, wherever you visualize there might be a little trunk, just drop one in. Mix just a little brown and white. So put a little touch of highlight on this and make it stand out a little. And the light's playing through here and touching it. And we'll put a trunk right over in this one too. The devil.
Fantastico. Perfetto.
Light's coming this direction. This will be highlighted on the other side. But probably in reality, if the sky was this dark, you'd have nothing but silhouettes. But that would be a boring picture. This is a lot more fun. Okay, take a little bit of magic white, a little yellow, maybe a touch of phthalo green. And we can put some nice little leaves on all these little bushes. Look how that color stands out against this black background. It just jumps out at you. Okay, now let's put some on this little bush. Some little things growing down in here. Use your imagination. Let it go. Let it go. Remember, this is your world. In your world, you can create anything that you desire. Okay, let's do this in a big tree. What's so very nice about these black canvases? If there's a light shining directly on them, they look totally different than if they're without a light. So in essence, it's almost like having two paintings in one. Especially if you hang these after they're finished over a light. So at night, if you turn the light on, it shines up on this. It's remarkable what happens. There we go. All the little bushy areas. There's some little touches out here. Okay. Now let's take some more Van Dyke brown. And let's put an almighty tree right here. We'll just let him bend, play it, work right on up to here. There we go.
I have not clicked a golden cookie yet, so I'd say good. I have no idea if I'm in line.
Coming down through
I
here.
did some quick calculation and now
Maybe
my
there's
average
some things
CPS is like 92.
We'll have a little light playing across here. Just pull that knife sort of swirl so it gives the appearance of it being round. There we go. Now we're ready to put some highlights on these little leaves up here. Just let the light play through this tree.
Don't know what's the record again. I think it's like 2 hours and 50 something. Look at that, man. Look at that cookie. Holy shit.
such a temptation to do a little bit more.
Close, man,
I
close.
used to work with one art teacher, and he had a set of handcuffs that hung in the studio, and he'd walk by and he'd bump and he'd point at those handcuffs, and that was his way of saying, you're beginning to fiddle it to death. Well, we don't have any handcuffs here today.
Fantastico,
Stand back and look every once
perfetto.
in a while. Don't overwork your picture. Fiddle it to death.
252, okay.
This looks like a super place maybe to have a little...
Now I have the
bath.
plastic. I produce a lot of cookies.
Now take a little Prussian blue and Van Dyke brown. And just very...
I'm gonna buy a second
just make a
prism.
little path that runs right through this. Got to have a way to get around the lake to catch that big trout that lives out there. Oh, he's there. Just a little
Close,
right there.
not yet.
Just let that run down through there and break.
But now it's going fast.
Let that paint to break.
Prediction, I think it's 20 more minutes. Theoretical time, I would say at least 25 more. Hello Blue, welcome. Test run is going great. Yeah, thank you. Hopefully I'm not gonna kill it right in the end with the golden cookie spawn. But now I've survived all of them.
So the path just disappears back there behind the big tree.
I think I have to survive at least 2 more.
And these bushes protruding up over the top, push it down into the picture. You need them. They pay you great dividends.
Yeah, do whatever.
Put some on this side.
No problemo.
Okay. Let's make another big tree. Maybe right up through here. We'll just have a big old tree.
Bye bye.
Van Dyke brown. Van Dyke brown's a very nice color. It's almost like a chocolate brown. Very warm. Okay, a little limb right there. Now, one thing I'd like to mention while we're putting the highlights on here, if you have questions or comments or anything you'd like to know about what we're doing here, please feel free to drop us a line in here, WNBT, and we'll give you the address at the end of the show. And do use us. We're here to help you. If you have problems or if you have questions, anything concerning this method of painting, we'll be glad to work with you and try to help you. We'll put some highlights up here on this one. A little bit more of the magic. Thin it down just a touch. Okay.
Have to go pee, but yeah.
Thousands and thousands and thousands of little leaves.
Don't do that.
Now, let's go down here, put some little things around the tree. And maybe you can right here say, let's put a little stone. Stone just lays right along here. Of course, he's a happy little stone. We don't have any other kind. Make up a little highlight color. Just lay right over there. Like so. Okay. Now, let's put some... nice one there. When you're doing this, load this brush by pulling it in one direction so that it looks like an old shoe in the end, sort of hangs over. Put that round part to the top, tilt the brush sort of downward, and just push. Just enough to bend the bristles a little bit. Don't fight it. Let the brush do the work. You have the fun. Let the brush work. Maybe we'll put a nice little sparkler right there. Just sort of break that up a little bit. Okay. Let's lay in a few stems here and there. And all we're doing here is literally just cutting right through the paint using the point of the knife. We literally just cut the paint. This is one of the paintings that we do in class quite frequently. It's a very effective painting. It teaches you how to use black canvases. It's a lot of fun. And it's extremely, extremely effective. I have a few little sticks coming over like so. There we go.
Fantastico!
Once
Perfetto!
again, these little twigs and these little sticks show different planes in the picture. It produces the illusion of distance. Use them to your advantage. Because the woods are always full of them. Here we can just put a little indication of the trunk in there. Some little sticks. Alrighty, I think this one's just about ready that we can sign it. So I'll use a very thin oil here, and we'll just take and use the liner brush, and you mix this paint till it's like water. If you mix it very, very thin, curl that brush as you pull it out, twist
Perfetto!
it so it brings it to a point. And it's just like you were writing. You don't have to wait till the painting is dry. Put some nice little sticks and films in that you wanted to draw in. Use the oil to get the paint thin, and then maybe we could come right across, because a thin paint will stick to a thick paint. You just let these little things happen here and there. Okay. One of the things that we're trying to do as we travel around and teach this almighty method is we're trying to gather up an army of teachers. And soon we'll have teachers that travel this entire beautiful country teaching this fantastic method of painting. If you would like to have some information, drop us a line. Once again, we'll show you the address at the end of the show. And soon we'll have information on teachers that are all the way across this country. Teachers that we can guarantee that can teach this fantastic method. Okay. I think now we'll just put a couple little things here and there. A good stick or two.
93 CPS average.
I hope you painted along with us and you enjoyed this half as much as we have. We really enjoy doing these black canvases. They are extremely, extremely effective, and you'll find that they bring a nice warm glow to your heart. These can be done in a multitude of colors. You can cover them with any color that's transparent. We can use the Prussian blue, sap green, any of these colors, or combinations of colors. Later on in this series, we'll do a winter picture on a black canvas, and I'll show you how you can put the moon in the sky and let the light play across the snow, and you have the almighty mountains and stuff.
250 million.
I think you'll find these black canvases can do fantastic things. We also want to do some pictures in this series where we
I don't know.
get the canvas
Just
with one color.
following
Instead of
what the
putting
route
magic white on the
says.
canvas, we'll paint it. For
I
example,
trust my
green.
program.
And we'll paint beautiful pictures by doing that. There's a multitude of things that can be done with this. Use it, experiment with it, go with it. Just let your heart be your guide. Let your imagination take you anywhere that you want to go. Let it go. Alrighty, I think we're going to call that picture finished. And once again, we want to thank you very much for watching us. And from all of us here at WNBT, happy painting. Thank you very much. Hello, glad to see you again. Today I thought we'd do an almighty winter picture, and I want to put a great deal of emphasis on the sky, how we make big, billowy, fluffy clouds that just roll and lay up in the sky here. So I've already covered the canvas with magic white, and I'm going to start with sort of a gray color here, made by mixing a little Prussian blue, a little brown, and a little white. And we're just going to start gently working this. Let it go. There we go. We're just sort of working around and around here. This is a winter sky. Bad weather's coming in. Okay, here we go. Now we just sort of bring all this together. But we want this swirling, churning action. With a little bit of white, and we'll put just a touch of permanent red with here.
Perfecto.
Okay, a little bit of magic white. And we're going to start way back in the back, the cloud farthest away first. We're going to start working this. Keep this brush moving all the time. Just let it dance and play and have fun up through there. Very gently, we'll blend that. Okay, now we're ready to start working it. Always doing the thing that's farthest away first, working forward. We'll hypnotize that a little bit, very gently. We don't want to destroy what we worked so hard to put in. We just want to blend it together. Today I'm using two fan brushes, one so I can work with the darks, the other with the lights. And we'll throw some old gray clouds in here that are sneaking around and having fun too. There you go. And maybe there's an old gray one just sort of laying out here like this. This one just a little touch.
Avoided. I don't know if I have to avoid one more. I think so.
By the time I've got down this low,
We're really close now.
I just want the pink in the top to give indication that sunlight's playing there. And all these beautiful clouds just happen right up here in the sky. just sort of let it happen. Don't worry about it. Don't try to plan them. There's another nice one.
How many GCs have you had?
Those clouds are pretty. They have your clouds.
Just say
Come and go as you please.
2 hours per 60 minutes plus 17 divided by 7.5. I had around 18. Math can tell. Oh, and the cookie surface. I had 3. The first one was here, the second one was here, and the third one was here.
So we're talking about canvas. One of the things to look for when you're buying a canvas.
That's why I'm staying to the left. So I hope now, if it's spawn on the cookies, chances are it's gonna spawn here, maybe.
Keep it wet longer. And we depend on this being wet throughout the painting.
Fantastico! Perfetto!
Just wherever. Just let it happen. Don't worry about it. There we go. Here we're just putting some brush strokes in to indicate light coming through there.
Did I get the achievement? I got 100, right? And then I sold them. I don't know why it disappeared.
Some little mountains.
Fantastico! Perfetto!
We want these to blend right into nothing. We're going to lay these right in the clouds.
Oh fuck, why did I buy that? No.
Light playing down through here. Just bouncing around, having fun.
Fantastico! Perfetto!
Right up to this peak. These to be far, far away. Just about disappearing right into the sky. We're going to diffuse them by just tapping right along. Always following the angles here. Just tapping. And we'll gently hypnotize them so they just disappear right into the picture. Okay. Now we can just lay clouds all around them.
We're close now.
Set it down in there.
One more cookie to avoid.
Okay, we'll work those a little bit. Maybe a little touch of gray in here. Now, when you're at home doing this and have unlimited time, you can put a great deal more detail in here. This is just to give you an idea of how it's done. Okay. Let's have an almighty mountain. Let's come all the way down. You just come right up through here.
Yeah, you can see on Cookie Clicker it says I clicked 800,000 times and the counter only counted for half of them. That's how inaccurate the counter is.
next layer of paint stick better. You want to add just a little touch of Prussian blue here. Just so it has some shadows under the snow.
Every click is 4.334 million cookies.
Just let it go. There.
So every second I make 433 million cookies with just clicks.
Okay, see how easy that is? Just
Fantastico. Perfetto.
run some of that along this one. And maybe here, since our light's coming from here, this one's going to be highlighted from the other side. We'll create a little valley maybe right down through there. Okay, we lay in some shadows here
Fantastico.
using this
Perfetto.
white.
Yeah,
There we go.
it's a mathematical route adjusted to be more doable RTA, but it's lacking something. But
Shadows running down behind this one.
it's mathematical.
Okay. Now with a clean dry brush, I'm going to diffuse this, lay it in the mist. I want this to be misty in the back.
Oh, the run
Very,
saved.
Very, very cold.
I think I'm gonna save
Rather than
this.
Fairbanks, it's not unusual for it to get 60 or 70.
Because in some part it says like by farm cursor, mine cursor, mine, farm cursor, mine. Instead I just buy like 20 mines and then 20 farms, you know. Because it really
Okay.
just matters of keep clicking in this
Now,
category.
let's take
The less time I spend on buying stuff, the more time I save basically.
titanium white. There. Nice color. Load this brush full of paint. And we'll put a little tree way back in the distance. I thought today we'd make these little trees with a fan brush. We'd make them with a fan brush, 1-inch brush, 2.5-inch brush. Today I thought we'd do it with this. We want these to be very quiet, very subdued. Give the illusion of distance.
So yeah, we are almost done. One prism and then I can just buy random stuff actually.
Maybe there's another one. Maybe we can start laying in a little bit of snow. See how that color comes through. Use that to make the shadow effect. As I say, I want to lay this in this.
Yeah, the total amount. You can see the first thing on the stats is cookies in bank and then cookies baked this game. That is the amount. So I have 855 buildings. So whenever you reach 1 trillion and you reset the game, you gain
Just
a heavenly
back and forth
chip.
in your fan brush, and you start
That's the
bending these
goal.
bristles downward.
So I will have to reset to finish the run actually. But not the wipe reset, just the normal reset.
And however many trees you want.
With heavenly chips you can buy extra upgrades, heavenly upgrades. The game doesn't finish there, but of course we have to set some limits.
Perfecto. Fantastico. Perfecto.
Hello 7.
Now, let's mess these up just a little bit. All I'm doing is just tapping. Maybe we got a few little
Fantastico.
bushes
Yeah, I
right
think I'm
over
just
here.
gonna skip now
Just
to
covered with snow.
buy random stuff.
We'll put some magic white and some black titanium white. Mix them together. Thin pins stick to thick pins. And we'll just put these little sparklers here, just little snow-covered bushes.
This is a shit mouse. That's what it is. I use it upside down so that I can scroll faster. You bind the mouse button to the left click, to the scroll button to the left click, and you scroll. It's totally legit. We have 2 categories, one for pure left click button and one for fast click.
Okay, let's move over to this side. See what we can put in here. Trees are closer to you, they're going to be getting a little bigger.
No, I didn't. I really only do the
You need
speed
to, when
runs.
you're making these evergreen trees here, you need to leave spots open in between the limbs. Birds have got to have a place to sit. Wind's got to get through. Don't kill all those. Get away from the little Christmas
Yeah,
trees.
yeah, it's
These are
possible.
for kids in school. Trees don't grow even, they don't grow straight. However, it makes them happy. According to the weather, the conditions, the amount of heat or cold,
On.
all these things
So
affect
close.
looks. Okay. Maybe we want one right in
GG.
front. I
There
just
you
made this a
go.
little darker so he stands out.
You've earned 1 heavily chip. 231.11.
See, because he's a little darker now,
I
he
can't
shows.
feel my
Otherwise he
arm
wouldn't show.
anymore. Holy shit.
He'd just lay in there and be quiet, and you'd never know he was there. Yeah, we know he's there.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks you guys for watching, and I guess have a good day.